Going through recognition of timelines, time sequence, line inference, solve position locations, all levels. We have to start all calculations why you come into existence a panel. Energy signatures, energy panels, energy recognitions, anything pattern recognition, line connections, all levels of your 12 DNA. This is the process that we all have to understand how to use it through form of your 12 DNA setting. That's all this is. It's just getting you into space, getting you to understand time, getting you to understand the magnificent position that you can put yourself in chronological connections. Balance. Balance is number one in how you see yourself through perception, through sighting. Okay, it's set locations, right? Hearing is the possibility to set location settings. If I recognize my time sequence, if I recognize my times of pi, if I recognize why I have ears, why do I have ears? Just to hear? No, to hear beyond. Why do I have eyes? To see? No, to see beyond. Why do I have the concept of what I am? What am I? A body, a mechanism of travel. So your body is connected to everything through your DNA. This is the process that we have to understand. And I'm talking slowly so you can get a better way to see yourself. Going through the mind of travel. The mind, the concept. You started off with the third eye setting, right? But it's not a third eye. It's a theta. It's a box. It's T reception. Okay. It's a connect high setting. Indirect. Transmitting and receiving. Transmitting, receiving. Transmitting, receiving. So you're transmitting out and you're receiving in. Transmitting out information and receiving information. Okay. The energy is a form of communication through harmonics. So what the energy is doing, to make it very well clear, it's creating a videograph screen of an image that's given to you. How to use it through your mainframe is totally up to you to understand. And that's why it's so complicated, because you don't want to see it be real. It's saying this is fake. Well, if you're saying it's fake because you don't want it to be real. You're not going beyond what you see. And when you're looking at my hand, don't look at my hand. Look at me. Go beyond the hand, and then you start to see 8 fingers and not 4. You don't focus on the hand. This is the distraction. You focus on me. Go beyond everything that you can imagine. Now, when you go through that concept and you start building a relationship and partnership with your setting, imagine the power of recognition that you can go through to all set location and set position. It's amazing when you understand the transmitting and receiving. Okay, every second, your particles, setting, your atoms, your photons, electrons, neutrons, and protons are all connected inside, is getting a reaction to your consciousness of your body. It's getting reaction to your teleportation unit. It's getting reaction to your geometric operation of design, of travel. Okay? That's all this is. But you have to do it through the mind. The mind is the position of imagination that's in construction. It's constructing things, the thought, position, locations, thought recognition, line, interference, line, signal location, position, location. Confirm, copying that. It travels out, right? That's position, location, earth line setting. Earth position, space position, right? Earth line calculation. Signal light interference and position location of Pluto. Jupiter rise coming in. Set signal. Out through equation. So you really have to understand right over left, left over right. Now you understand the purpose and why you're in existing location, all setting locations, why you have eyes, why you have ears, why you have a voice of command, why you have a heart. What's the heart do? It's not just a beating of the heart. It's not palpitations of the heart. It's a clock. It's a timeline. Start with the surface. Okay? When you're looking at water, okay, you're on a boat. You're on a boat. You're looking at water. You can't see below. You can't see below because you don't want to see below. And that's what your brain is interpreting. So reverse the position locations, all levels of project location of the sun, communication of the moon. Boom. Now you can see below because you want to see below. Change your thoughts, change the mind, change the reality, change the schematics, change the channel, change the operation, change the vibration, change the energies, harmonics, and its frequencies. You're not just seeing the surface, you're seeing below. You're seeing the grounds beyond the mind. Whatever you say, you will receive through transmitting and receiving. And your body is always, always going to react. The avatar is its guidance. What you don't understand is the avatar is already set up in its future. It's already there. It's waiting for you to catch up in the mind. Now you have a subtraining level. One line setting, line position locations. The unconscious lines of the conscious line to the subtraining line to the super conscious line is all communication collaboration. How to use it is through your thought recognition. Whatever you say, it connects to. Whatever you see, it connects to. Whatever you position your direct line setting, it connects to. So be cautious on what you say through the mind. This is adaptation of telepathy. Okay? One person communicated with another person through the mind. Did you get the signature, packet, communication line, interference, location, box, supplies, position, timeline, calculation, setting? Yes, I did through rotation, interference, position, track line, connection, license, confirm, copy that, over and out. Balance between both intelligent locations. These are not hands, these are intelligence. This is what you don't understand. These are not your hands until they become your hands. You understand? It's its own intelligence. The thumb, 2 direct line signals. Moon interface to moon. Position locations. 1/1. Put together line position. Adaptation of yin and yang. Split and position. Split and division. All right? So understand everything inside you. When you get in position of activation, your CPU, it's trying to understand you. So when you're in a waking process, the unification of its ascension is trying to understand the heart, which comes into a humongous lotus flower of teleportation stream. Your position of your body becomes a tree formation of light for branches and galaxy settings. When you look up into the sky, that is your cloud. You are a tree formation of life, a recognition of space and time through pi. Okay? I'm trying to make it very well clear. And I'll keep saying this over and over and over until you understand your body doesn't move. It's the mind that shifts. It's reality. So wherever the mind goes, the body follows. But the body is nothing of consciousness, which means it's all timelines all at once. The existence is carpe diem. Seize the day. Look at the moments. See the moments. Be the here. Be the now in set position. Okay? Doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that? No. You're confusing the mind. So don't confuse the mind. The mind's got to be open. Don't have anything in creation, location, of thoughts until you understand what it is of space and time through pi. Okay? I want to make that very well clear how this works for you for the very first time. Everything in life has to change. Okay? You are coming into a computer world in your mindset, which is all levels of consciousness in the body setting. Your body becomes consciousness, nor here nor there, but always there. And you have to understand mass of nothing is mass of everything. Mass of everything is mass of nothing. Yin and yang. Balance, position, locations. Is there separation? No. Just because they're apart doesn't mean it's separated. Interesting. Okay. Right over left, left over right. Right? Come together. They're together now. Right? Are they separated? No. It's balanced. Just because they're like this doesn't mean they're separated. That's not my intention, but it's your intention and what you see. That's the problem. Okay? Everything is balanced in your life. If your life isn't balanced, your mind is in adaptation of confusion. The high setting position location is truly understanding how to use it all calculation. Now, the position location is its mainframe. That's stored of information. You are computers. Now you have to understand how to use it through your own computer setting, which is all keyboards. Keyboard you have to use through the mind. Okay? Not a keyboard on your computer. Not a position of your phone or anything through a digital pad. You got to use it through the mind. You got to become this. You got to become this. You got to become your computer. This is the technology that we're coming into through the minds. Okay? So hopefully you get a better understanding how this works now through space and time through pi. Okay? All right, let's get started. Okay, so introduce line settings, high position location of track lines. How's it going, Heather? Okay, setting calculations, set lines, high position locations, all levels of max. Geneva, Joanne, Gypsy. Hey, Gypsy. All right. Position location line settings, McCall. Andy. Prismore. It's great to see everybody. Locations. Chris. All right. It's great to see everybody. Happy smiles. Beautiful day. And that's what it is. You want it to be a beautiful day. Everything inside will change. Changes everything outside. Let me say that again. You want it to be a great day. You're changing your thoughts. And your thoughts are traveling. They're transmitting information. And you receive it through information. So what you do from inside changes everything outside. Changes your reality. What frequency do you want to be at? That's all it is. Oh, poor me this. Oh, poor me that. Right? You come in and catch line system location of Dear Liza. Okay. I know Gypsy doesn't want to hear this, but in calculations, Henry was constantly complaining. And Liza was trying to get into adaptation. There's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, a hole. Then mend it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then mend it, dear Henry, then mend it. With what shall I mend it? Dear Liza, dear Liza. With what shall I mend it? Dear Liza, with what? With a needle, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With needle, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a needle. See? There's always ways to get in positions of fixing something. There's never anything negative in set locations unless you understand its position of where it is in direction. You have to learn how to use the mind adaptation of sequence locations of patterns. You have to understand how to use the space and time and pi position location. It's the first time I ever put your lines in Henry. Life. It's just an example. So everybody's got that in their mind frame now, because that's my intention. So in that set locations, take it out of the equation. All right, so now it's out, right? So that was a calculation line interference, just to show you an example where you come into position locations of faults. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. I can't see this. I can't see that, right? Complain, 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 complain. How much do you want to complain? What do you need to understand is the mind, how it works through hardware and software. You put it together, computer operation and simulation. No more problem. Don't create problems. Because if you're creating a problem, you're creating the ego of its altered state. And that altered state changes the alterational line connections to Earth perception location of its core vectors at time setting. And you don't want to do that line communication system because you're telling your Earth perception line that you don't care about yourself inside. Okay? So if you care about yourself inside, everything that you say changes to its reality. Again, what frequency do you want to live in your realities? Okay? Sitting down and watching TV doesn't help a situation until you understand what the TV is. It's communicating with you. You are communicating to that TV, and the TV is communicating with you. That's phenomenon. That's imagination. Imagine, you can imagine. All right? So, I like to give examples in all set locations because imagination is freedom. There's no bound, there's no title, there's no label on any way in form in position, location, attraction. It's all levels of existence of the here and the now. Okay? All right. So let's get into moon lines. I got 63 track lines into 27, 2 line in position of 7 or line position of pi. Line calculation system, theta position of the track line. Let's get into locations. All right. Now I'm going to do this very fast. This is going to be all through code line signatures in position of formula, equated line and center line in position location 6, and adaptation line interference. Correction and CPU line rotation interference, all position locations, all those moon setting locations. 12 million sets in line position of 24 million set locations. 12 over pi, 24 over pi. Correction line connect line center in position locations. Geographical map and position locations. All right, center line calculations. Now we go into 24 line signature line interference, into 12 line signature line patterns. The recognition locations comes into negative over pi, pi over negative. This is where it comes into power change. The recognition location in moon setting is set position location geographical map. It's going to go through 196 country line interference. It's going to create its new anomaly, a space line position location and anagram line calculation setting. Set a computer adaptation line interference of 0 line rotations. 0, 0, 0, and 0 position. Recognition line calculation system to a diamond core line setting. Highest line position of 0 line rotation at Fibonacci and position location of 6 line conditions in position of high setting rotations. All position at all calculations, right? So this is a half pipe line position location at 12 DNA rotation spin cycles and set position. Rotation spin cycle line position locations. Another line calculation system, Fibonacci line interference, comes in the opposite line rotation interference line position location into 6 direct location setting, northwest, south, and east in the opposite circle location system. All lines of galaxy shift lines and set locations in line communications, in direct location settings, and an orb line rotation at dimensional location. All right. Now, how this is set up in the position location, your moon is set location setting. Holographic line setting, line interference. Now, we come into project locations over light, light over dark, dark over light, light over dark line, and line and position locations, all levels of box line rotation of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Infinite line interference line position triangulation line position 12 over pi line rotation in position location 12 over line signals 12 over calculation system triangulation position contraction line setting. Done by equation. All right. Recognition of time speeders. Time speeder line calculation system is how we use our moon setting. Rotation line connections and position locations. So we got 12 line signatures, 12 equilocation signature line setting, and calculations Fibonacci swirl. Right now. Measuring the line interference, 1 line center location of 2 and 0, 0 on track location system. Position location high setting. So that's 1,000 line setting in position of 2, in position of 0, in position of 0. So 1,200 years in line communication setting and high position of track line and all position location operation. Okay, so that's all set up. Now the sequence pattern of Fibonacci is 6 over 3. Now 6 line communication flux patch line position of 6 line equal line conditions over and 3 set locations and set line conditions, right? 6 recognition line condition, half pipe position of track line, done by equation. All right. So setting position locations and operation surface. Now, the zero line rotation interference is 6, line position location is 7, 7 line position location is equal line conditions always in 5 set line connection high setting, 5 line position of 12, 12 line center location of 7, 7 line position location crosses stream into time sequence locations, opens line position of 0, 0, 0 and 3 set locations, into another 0, 0, 0 and 3 set locations, box position location high setting, 0, 0, 0, 3 rotations, ground lines at 3 set locations, 0, 0, 0 opposite set locations, high center line interference of 24 line rotations, and calculation line setting. Done by equation. All right. Mechanisms of force line setting, triangle line position locations, come into pyramid line rotations into 4 set wave cycles. Okay, scan lines, laser line in 3 set locations, setting position locations. Now, 6 lines, equal line condition system, equal line calculation system, mark about center line position, center line calculation is south, in position of north, east, and west in set locations to 1 console, line position location at 12 DNA in set location, in direct line setting. Done by equation. Fibonacci swirls in lines, lock sequence of dimensional door lines in 2 position. So we get line position of 2 in position locations into 3 set location settings, triangulations into 3 set location. 3 set locations comes into line position of 6, 6 location box position location into its triangle line positions to a new tesseract position of channel upper stream locations into an add rotation. Tetrahedron line connection high setting, all position location track lines. 0 in operation signals in a 4-way set position location. Done by equation. All right. Co-reference line settings. Now we have a Fibonacci swirl that sets a 0 line rotation surface. Okay. Going in the opposite system locations, right? One way and the other way. So we get a 3 line setting. 3 equals line center of 6. 6 equals lines of 3. 3 equals line position of 0. Line position of 9. 9 equals 0 and line position. Recognition line center 9 line is circle line rotation position of 12 line setting. High center location of 0. 9 goes in position of locations. 9 equals line in center and positive location and negative in position of triangulation set location. Now the recognition lines of the triangle sets position of center operational lines and it's in 3 position locations all below the setting. Done by equation. All right, so setting circles, setting mechanism, high setting of travel, recognition of time. So we got 63 set location, all right, operation system. Now, setting correlation lines in position track lines. Now, the recognition of high center location is 1 measure. 63 equals line conditions equals 1. 1 measure. Equal line conditions, crosses single, UFO line direct location into Fibonacci swirl and set location or crop circle location. Center position line conditions 3 wave. Now this opens up a new flux capacitor line position location in geographical map and set line setting into each country line condition in 196 in position. Okay, so we got center calculations in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 location line settings. Moon comes in position location. There's the moon, right? Now we're going to center calculations in 12. 12 million set lines, high center interference, reaching all position location into 96. In line connection system, 1 over line position of pi, recognition time setting. Line communication system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Done through equation, right? So the moon line setting and 12 line rotation interference, species line is now position location 196, line connection to its own geographical map, and set location operation in moon setting. Done by equation. All right, so let's go through the 24 signature patterns, line connection, line settings. So the 24 line rotation interference is 3 0 set locations. 3 set locations comes in 1 position location, 1 perimeter, and line position of 3 set line condition of 3 set locations. Now it gets a lot more complicated because now we're in another dimensional line setting in set locations in Fibonacci, right? So the 6 sets in position of center, 3 sets line calculation setting in position of 9, okay, 9, 6, 3. We box position location 9, 9 position of 6 in the center in set locations. 6 comes in line calculations of 3, 3 lines it positions back in line calculations into another Fibonacci swirl in the opposite system to another line rotations in circle locations in ground lines of operation to a panel calculation streamline position. Okay, so setting signal line position locations, clock line setting, 24 line position over pi, 20 line calculation system, so that's 20. Equal line connections in position of 4, 4-line setting, and solar generators line setting location Fibonacci swirl, 6/3, 3/pi, recognition line calculation setting, indirect location of signal in position of traction. Done by equation. All right. Setting symbols, letters, numbers, and shapes in all position locations comes in arbitrary location and program locations. Recognition of patterns, recognition high settings, block line rotations into position of 2 measures, 2 measure line connections, right? So 2 million sets, line calculations into 1, 2, 3, 3 set line connections into 6, in position location of 7, 8, 9, 10, and 9 equal line connection line centers. 10 comes in position, 8 line connections into 8, 8, 8, 8, position locations, infinity cycles, 7 line interference. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up a new laser direct line setting, setting cross signal line interference in set locations, in position locations, S-line change over 2 in position over pi, recognition of 3 line settings in 3, 3, 3, and 0 gravity line rotation interference, 0 gravity line position, ground line setting position, operation signal, magnetic line position, levels, and 3 set location. Done by equation. All right, so now we got the 24 signature patterns. Now we got 24 line setting, line interference, and 3 0 line rotation interference, and certifications, 7 line conditions, equal line conditions of 5, 5 line centers of 12. Now the 12 line set line equal line conditions to its DNA line position occasions. Now the 24 signature line calculation system comes into Stargate. Stargate opens it, position location of all levels of high setting. Recognition line interference, Fibonacci swirl, and 3 line settings in set location of 6 and position location of 7. 8 lines in position location of 9. Now 9 sets line position of 3, 3/6, comes in half pipe position location line setting into waiting sun in set location. Sun sets line position location high setting. Done by equation. All right. But it's amazing how you come into formula calculation streams, right? All right. So I'm setting up formulas and heat signature patterns, recognition of quasars. So quasar line setting, line equal line position location of box, in position locations into line connection of levels of GOD. GOD recognized in geometric operation design, operation surface, and indirect location setting. Setting position locations into 1 UFO line rotations, graph line streams, set position, laser direct locations into Z-line force. Z-line force crosses over, vortex streamlines, opens all signal to new portal rotation surface, crosses stream line position locations, downshift line calculation system, 0 gravity line rotation into 24 signature line calculation system, into 24 million set line calculation system, into a moon operation to a set location setting. Done by equation. All right. So let's set up the geographical map line calculation system to the moon setting. All right, so moon comes in position locations. Location is the moon setting, right? 24 line setting, so equal line conditions of 3 0 line positions, equal line conditions of 1. Okay. Okay, so we come in communications to 3 zeros into 2, 3 zeros into 3, 3 zeros into 4. Okay, and so on and so on and so on. You got to set signal location settings. The moon needs to know exactly where you are in adaptation to depth. So in 4 lines of 5, in position of 6, in position location of 7, and position locations in all line setting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 0, 8 line setting. In 0, 0, 0, 9 line setting. 0. Now this is where it gets complicated. So we've got a 0 line center line interference. So we've got 0, 1, 0, 0. 0, 1, 1, 0. And then we go into 0 in position locations of 1, 1, 2 in set locations. It's all set up. All right. So your moon is set up through a 24 graph line stream. High setting position locations of pi, set lines and 12 recognition time sequence locations and high interference of 60,000 line position locations high setting. Done by equation. Star recognition line connections, stargates, high set position, open signals in all position locations. Done by equation. Woo-ah! Clocking set up location of 24,000 grounds, 48,000 windows, 72,000 computers, and 144 crystal grid in position locations into 2,400,000 line signature line calculation system, geographical map lines, and moon operation line calculation setting in high position. All done through equation. So 2 million sets, 400,000 line setting in direct locations. Now, the bracket line communication line center sets line conditions of 3, 3 sets lines of 3, 3 sets lines of 3, triangulation of 3 set location setting, heart, mind, and soul, all rectangle line conditions. Triangle sets line in center position locations. Line calculation center. Sonar comes in position location at 3 set line calculation. The moon setting, all in operation surface and position. Done by equation. Pi recognition of the moon, all set position location of travels. So it's amazing what we're doing through formulas of equation locations through moon line rotation interference of sectors and vectors. It's all set position locations, guys. Geometric of directions of design is all position locations. Now you understand the set position locations when you come into 0, 1. We got into locations is all calculations in position locations into 48. 0, 0 in position location 1 is 72. Setting track line calculations and 0, 0, 0, 1 line position is 144 in set location. All right. So we're in recognition line center, 0 operation of 1 line signal, 0, 0 in operation of 2 line signal into 1 location in 1 direction. Setting 0, 0, 0 in 3 set locations, equaline conditions into negative over positive in set locations. So high position locations. I'm going to do this very quick. In set location, geographical map, Fibonacci swirl, swinging line rotations, UFO set location setting in set location setting. Done by equation. So I'll set up. So in formula equation lines, we factor over pi. Okay, 1 split line, 2 split line, 3 and 4. Okay, 5 in center. Okay, recognition of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 locations of DNA setting. Okay, now high set location. Every cell in the setting in position of 72, 144, and 44 line position. Okay, so interregulation line, calculation line, and rotation position of track line. Committing 1 line interference in 3 set locations, 3 set locations, 3 set locations, into dynamic core line setting, 3 set locations into 1 line setting, 3 set locations into 2 line setting, 3 set locations into 5 line setting, in set location high setting, 5 line rotation interference of Fibonacci line position location high setting rotation. Okay, very complicated. So every cell is modified in line rotations. Modification line interference line position is position. Now, all set line conditioning of 12 DNAs. So that's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 in set position. All due through equation. All right, so 0 line setting into 0 gravity rotation. That's very complicated stuff, right? It's powerful stuff. So when you are in mechanism line setting, the moon is now set at position locations, all levels of geographical line condition high setting line position on 24 line setting, 24 set position location, knows where it is, and it's set location of 3 set location high setting interference. Heart, mind, and soul, 333. Brackets, it's interference to line position. Waiting on signal locations, sonar line panels, alpha, zeta, and omega set location. Now, graph line streams and position locations, 12 DNA. Okay, setting position locations. Moon is set up position location. All right, so we put 196 line setting. Moon sets up position of panel, 3 line rotation interference, in position location of laser lines, in 12 sectors, set lines, in position of vector, in position location high generation and sub high calculation. Done by equation. It's all set up. Hooah! So how are we doing through line position? Powerful stuff, isn't it? All right. See that bringing into my perceptions. Yes, it is. It's glorious, isn't it? That's why you don't want to miss school, because you're seeing all future adaptation of your settings in rotation surface. Future self is everything position, location, and high setting, guys. Okay, let's see. So 196 in line set location in 12 lines in position locations in the DNA line interference into 12 million set lines in high set location, 12 dimensions setup, 24 signature pattern line interference of 24,000 line calculations, 48,000 lines positional windows, and 72,000 computer line rotation, 144 and 244 clock line connections. So commanding line interference of sector line conditions 144, setting position location at 244 clock line connection line system, all as a team set line high center and positional locations. Get in line of communication Ultron, all calculation system, put them in line of rotation interference and now technology set locations. Get them into moon of pi in a new geometric operation of 196, set a position location high system. All right, 10, 15 minutes, have fun. So as you're going through that line setting, I'm going to change the measure of scales. Now, when you change the measures of scales, it sets position location at higher levels of tone. Okay, so it's very powerful what come in a line calculation system too. So, into line calculation system, moon sets lines of zeros, its bracket location of 4 lines, and position locations into 5 lines, and position locations into 6, 4, and position of 2. All right, that's how it's set up. All right, so we get a line of 62, which is one line cross lines in another 6 position. 63 rotates its surface, XT1000 line center, UFO comes in, scans position of 6 and 3 set locations. All right, now we set up a new ground line, a 0 rotation. Okay, Fibonacci swirls in 1 set location of 0 setting. Okay, sun comes in 1 position, 2 new flux capacitor locations. All right, centers its lines. Okay, opens position location of travel. Okay, in direct location. Now, get into that line, we get a crystal grid line setting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross signals and line connection of 3 measured. Line connecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 5 line equal line connections of 6. 6 position locations into 0. 0 line position location into 1. 1 line setting in position locations into 2. And 2 position location equal line connections of 1 is 63 set location settings into moon operation in set location. Done by equation. That's how you set up locations of 4 and position location of 5, in position location of 4, in position of 6, in a line setting line interference of operation signals in Fibonacci sequence into 2 equals 1 and line connections of 63 platforms in position to your moon of operation of geometric patterns into your AI calculation. All right? So there you go. Big heat composition today. Yep. Oh boy. Connect to the grounds, drink your waters. All right. 8 switch, set compass, northwest, 8 moon sets, bounce, rotation, Fibonacci, high lines, setting, guardian, Trinity, gypsy, team through beta and delta. Frequencies. Yeah. But see, you need clarification. You need to understand what's happening with your body through all levels of formulas of equation. It's all set up. 12 central line calculation system, hence species line and 12 DNA line of CPU. It's already done. Let's say the operation sectors. Vector position of the 24 signal line calculation system, Fibonacci line centers in 63 position. But you're also in 2-track line setting at theta. Okay, so open up a frame position. Now, it gets complicated because now we're coming into block surface. Okay, specifications, all setting. So it's going to be very complicated what I'm going to be drawing. Complication is good because it opens all signals in the rotation surface. Setting direct location is all setting. Putting block centers and line position locations into back and chronological line conditions. How to use a holographic line position location high setting. All right. Now it's extremely complicated, right? Now, understanding how to use the block surface is one position of 0. Okay, 0 line position location is 0 over gravity. So 0 equals gravity line setting in rotation surface position. Okay. Now, in that line calculation system, 0 comes into 0 line rotation into 1 surface. 1 equals 0, 0, 0, 1. That's 3 over pi in set position location calculation setting. Okay. So what I'm doing as I'm putting, it's like a Rubik's Cube. I put in the colorations in position of the moon, and the moon is opening signals in position of directions. The direct line setting is a holographic line position. So it's like a keyboard set locations and putting letters and numbers and symbols in correlation setting in position location to a set location, all through geographical map location. Okay. All right. So 0 line setting, 0 line rotation, 0 interference, 0 in collaboration, 0 another ground setting because it's in position of 2 line rotation, 0 in security, and 0 in infinity cycle line position. All right. So we come into plasma channel, the operation system in triangulation setting. This opens all signals in positional panel. Operation in position location to a geographical map in 196 position locations. Done by equation. See the intelligence? Remember, you're everything in form. So you are the intelligence of all calculation. But you got to understand the set division in the mind. How it works, locations. all through block surface. This is how you get a moon adaptation of its technology set lines of future adaptation. Set locations. It's all through geographic map location, guys. Done by equation. All right, let's see here. Yes, that's one thing. It's set in location settings. Very good. Johnny, Hendall. Great. Nanobots maintenance, activation code engaged. Everything is light language. Everything is prolonged is set locations. So last but not least is moon set line conditions all levels, 12 central line conditions of waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We start with 7 line conditions. 7 line equals line position of pi. Pi position locations into 5. 5 line centers of 12. Setting DNA track line position location setting. Moon set up through frequency. All done through equation. So it gets complicated. Now we got a 0 line ground. We got a 1 line rotation. We got a 2 position location secure line into 3 line position of 4. 4 line center line position locations. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 line rotations. Remember, I'm setting line interference. So 0 line rotation alpha, alpha, delta, zeta, zeta, beta, omega. Setting position location high setting. Radiation line calculation setting interference. Position location 2 over pi. 1 recognition of time line position. 0 line gravity line interference. 2 position location line system. Line position of 1. 1 0 line rotation interference. Into position locations back in alpha, back in beta. Beta line position location gamma. Gamma and radiation line calculation system. Magma line position location gamma. Gamma line signature pattern line position. Zeta in position location. Zeta line position of force recognition line condition 0, 0, 0 backtrack line position in force recognition line condition 0 line gravity line rotation interference. Ground lines of Fibonacci swirl lines of 63 position location calculations, wave and central calculation line settings, and 0 line rotation interference. Now we come into line interference of 777 in cosmic universe line north or south and east galaxy shift lines of visual location of weathers. In line calculation system 1 in position of 10, line position of 11. 11 position location 111, line position of 1112, 1 position of 113, 1 position of 114, position location line conditions, all heat signature patterns, all alpha line condition system, 98% line condition of 107, Fahrenheit over Celsius, Celsius over Fahrenheit, high position location alpha, delta, theta, beta, omega, line communication setting, gamma, line position location, radiation line communication system, Magnus, and position locations in the Vega calculation stream, and operation signal and position location traction. Done by equation. Woo! It's all set up. It's all set up. It's all set up. All sectors and vector line calculation, alpha, beta line interference of 12 DNA track locations into your wave central calculation system, new technology set location 12 million and 24 million satellite energy moon. It's all set up through frequency. Multi-pass. Wah! Now that was fun. Hooah! Dun da da da! You have to learn how to set up the wave central line communication system. You got decentralized, centralized communication line center, open all frequency pattern communication settings. It's all calculation line interference. Heather has to get all data streamlines. Gypsy has to get all port of communication line interference. Hendo has to get all towers of communication system and NASCAR calculation setting. All position of track line condition triangulation of 3 set position. Done by equation. But it's amazing what we did all through the moon set location. All right, that's all set up. All wave central lines are 12 dB. It's all set up frequencies. Emotional line settings, power reaction line conditions, atmosphere line positions, new cloud line change. The setting position location is all set up now, guys. So your moon is now in position locations. Understand your face recognition because you got 12 million location of faces. Right? Your moon has to recognize every reaction to your set locations. You have emotional interference in set position locations, alpha, delta, theta, beta, omega, setting location to gamma, even beta, setting the vagus nerve in set location setting, indirect locations, all position locations, human resonance, ground lines, operation, surface positions, pi, over pi, under pi, underscore over pi, underscore underline communications of pi, recognition of time center locations of pi, high position location triangulation, high position location of pi, high line candle location line interference position of pi, recognition of timeline sequence locations of pi, timelines position location of pi, recognition line communications 63 at high position location of pi, recognition line communications Fibonacci sequence location position location of pi, done by equation. All right. So all positions of pi is now set of therium, done by equation. So everything that I say changes everything in factorial calculation setting. Fractions over pi, quasar interference, line communication, interface position location, channel, operation signal locations. You're now in 2 line sets and 7 in theta position. Open sequence, open panel. Whoa, what can I see? Amazing. Right? Coming out of T reception line, TV reception streams, holographic line connections, mind adaptation surface, intercept locations, interline connection setting. Okay, it's all set up now in your future adaptation. Okay, cleansing program complete, confirmed, report sent, sealed, stamped to proceed. Vega, yes. Faces in sequence and switch frame, emotional set locations, 12 million set lines in position, and 24 million set lines. 12 million set locations CPU, and 24 million set location face recognition locations to team set position. Right? It's all done. Wow, eh? You're going to have to want to watch this connections to setting again, especially with this school today, because everything is just, it's incredible. We just finished doing, you know, emotional tracks, more bounds, space recognition settings, scan position locations, lights over shades, lights over shadows, recognition of time setting, high center line interference, quantum line rotations with panels, line setting, unifications, hemisync, line connections, double helix, dimensional times, dimensional locks, relay programs, high cell locations, systematic line calculation system, all levels of bounds, recognition line connections, yin and yang, process calculation setting, quasar interference, quasar channels, quasar operation system, line positional levels, kaleidoscope locations, levels operation system, commanding line rotation interference, high position motional track line, Schumann resonant location setting, position attraction. Done by equation. It's all set up. How does everybody feel? Wow. And that's how it's done. Isn't it amazing what we just finished doing? Knowing exactly what you're doing is already done through equation. Going forward, always going forward, always going forward, never going back. Back is a reference. Back is position of past. Past does not exist until you bring it forward. You bring it forward, what does it do? It changes future, right? So be careful what you do through set line connections, right? Anything you say changes the moon now, all through operation. All right.